I'm feeling just so ready. I'm just like, I want it to come. That was the last time that I'll get to go to my favorite little coffee shop, at least on a weekday, which is unique because, you know, not as many people go on weekdays. It's not quite as busy. But because from every weekday morning from here on out, it'll be work days. This is officially the very last unemployed vlog. It's a Friday and Monday is my first day of work. So we are very much in the preparing for new job type of mindset. I feel ready, I feel excited. But hi, I'm Anna, I'm a social worker and I'm about to become a medical social worker in less than 72 hours. I guess in 72 hours, I will be a medical social worker. Yeah, so a few things this weekend just to kind of get ready, really try to set myself up for success. Yesterday, that included cleaning up this entire room, which I'm very excited for. You can see over there, no clothes on the floor, all clean, nice nightstand. I want to get a run-in today, but it is pouring rain right now, so we're going to see how the timing goes with that one. But just wanted to say hello. Welcome to the last unemployed video. Something that is so funny to me, and I get that this would be so many people's like worst nightmares. So many of the runs that I have gone on, there has been some stranger that has like cheered me on along the way. I would say like definitely over half, and sometimes it'll just be like someone gardening in their front yard and they're like, way to go, as I'm running by, and I'm like or one time it was a man walking his dog and I was going up a hill and he was like, this is a long hill but you're almost there. I was like, thanks, while I'm like and there have even been people like in their cars, because there'll be traffic, so it's like the cars are just stopped along the road and I'm running on by and they're like, woohoo. And like I said, I get that that would be some people's like worst nightmares, but it has been so funny and like also I guess encouraging, because I'm like, I guess I look like I'm struggling, you know, need that little extra encouragement. I don't know if it's just the South or if it's specifically Atlanta or specifically like my area in Atlanta, but people are just so friendly and it's been so fun. My goals for today are to set up like a food plan for the coming week. We are almost entirely out of food, which I'm kind of glad about because I feel like then we have a blank slate where it's like, okay, now there's nothing like extra taking up room. I'm gonna like wipe down the fridge and everything while everything's so empty, but then also have plans for dinners to have during the first work week so that I'm not, you know, stressed about it or making sure I'm eating enough. Also plan lunches for work. I think I'm just gonna stick to like apples and sandwiches for the first week until I can kind of like suss out, you know, like what could be another plan, whether there's fridges or, you know, it's just easy to have like a sandwich and apple and bar or something. I keep getting like individual enrollment emails to different parts of my first week without having the full schedule. So far, all I know is the first like day and a half, 2 days and a half kind of. So I start on Monday, as we know, and that day I have a new employee orientation, which I'm assuming is going to be like hearing speakers talking about the mission and like the company as a whole type of thing. But I have that for the first part of the day, and then the second part of the day said computer-based training time. So I'm assuming that's going to be like we're in a computer lab watching videos, I don't know, doing modules or something like that. And then on Tuesday, I have a patient care provider orientation, which I guess is going to be like more specialized to, I guess like customer service kind of, but like working with patients type thing. But that said it's only from 8:30 to 1:15. So then I feel like there has to be something after that that I just don't know about yet. And then on Wednesday, I only know it said 4 hours of Epic training in the morning, but I imagine I'm going to have to get more Epic training than that. Because I feel like I hear sometimes about people having like 2 full days of Epic training, but that's all I know. Like I don't know anything for Thursday. I don't know anything like for the following weeks. I don't know when I actually go to my hospital location because the first ones are like region wide, so it's at a different location. Lots of question marks, but I'm feeling very excited for it. Is the matcha what you expected it would be like?
No, but it tastes good.
Good, I'm glad you like it.
I just have to shake it, so I shake it very aggressively for a while. So.
Oh, good. I did plan my meals. I used my little Meal Lime app. This is the first time that I've used it to plan dinners in like a couple months, just because life has been weird, obviously. But those are my upcoming dinners. And then with this app, it makes the grocery list for you, like as you're adding recipes. So that's kind of already done. But we actually went to Aldi today, which I've never been to an Aldi in Atlanta. Growing up and then going to college, I always went to Aldi because there's some great deals there. Like produce is cheap. There were some things that we couldn't find there, so we'll just like run by Kroger, I think, tomorrow to get those things picked up, but it should be fine. My first work week is actually only 4 days. On Friday, I'm going back home. So it's like a soft launch into working, I suppose. And I know I already talked about the fact that I don't know exactly like what the full schedule looks like for that first week either. But we got home, I just like lounged around for quite a bit. And then I did go on my run for the day. It's like my long run Saturdays. I did quotations, like it felt long, but it was 2.5 miles today. Still fighting nasty blisters, but my blister prevention technique that I tried today was doubling up on socks, because I saw that that can help because it creates like a third interface. So it's not just either sock rubbing shoe or sock rubbing your foot. It can be like sock rubbing sock. I think it did help, but also it's tough because since those blisters are already made, like anything's kind of going to irritate them. I had such bad math though. For the entire day today when I was planning this run, I knew I was doing 2.5 miles. And so I was like, okay, so I run 1.75, turn around and come back, and that's my 2.5. And it took me getting to about 1.5 miles running today, like actually doing it, having planned out everything, having multiple thoughts about this, that I realized half of 2.5 is not 1.75. So I ended up stopping still at the 2.5 when I was supposed to and just like walked back home because I was further away than I should have been. Definitely a chill Saturday night. Zach is out with friends. I feel like I rarely give like details about, I don't know, like life around here. Some of you know this, probably like 100 of you watched me at this time. I graduated college, undergrad in 3 years. So Zach and I are the same age. Like we graduated high school at the same time, started college at the same time, but I graduated undergrad 1 year earlier than him. So that's why whenever I was ready for grad school, he had his senior year left to do here. And so last school year, like 2021 to 2022, I was doing my grad school year and he was a senior in college. So last year at this time, I graduated with my master's and he graduated with his undergrad degree. However, for both of us, we're the age that COVID obviously happened during our college time, during our sophomore year. And so quite a few of Zach's friends who are around and who were his teammates through college, they had an extra year of eligibility for swim beyond their senior year, or I think some of them maybe withdrew for some of COVID times. I forget exactly how it happened. But this past year, like 2022 to 2023, Zach's been graduating and working, but a lot of his friends have still been around because they still had one more college year to do. And so they're swimming, taking classes, some were in grad school, but like very much were still around. And then this year, this graduation season, even though both Zach's already graduated, I'm already graduated now, a lot of the people around us are fully graduating now and now moving. And so there's going to be less like people that, mostly Zach, but then I, through Zach, know around Atlanta, because now it's like, okay, now they're going to their professional schools or moving somewhere for a job. So he's hanging out with the boys tonight because it's like one of the last nights that he'll be hanging out with the boys. I'm just chilling here. I think I may read. I don't know. I feel like I'm at the time in my unemployment where I've listened to every podcast I could ever want to listen to. I've watched every YouTube video. Like genuinely, people are not posting fast enough for me on YouTube. Like I need y'all to step it up like 3 times a day or something, because my subscription feed has been lacking because I have so much time that I'm just like instantly watching everything. Even reading, like I'm excited for the new books, but also part of me is like, I've been reading so much. So that's kind of the feeling whenever I'm talking about, oh, I'm excited to start my new job, is like, okay, I'm gonna have something new to do, another place to spend my hours. Doing a early morning Kroger trip. Good morning, happy Sunday. But doing an early morning Kroger trip to get just a few things that they didn't have at Aldi yesterday, or that they did have, but they just had like, I need one potato, and they had like bags that were like 10 pounds of potatoes. So I definitely don't need all of that. I'm also gonna get like my little blister band-aids for my feet because I'm in pain. I had a little moment when I woke up this morning where I was like, oh, the next time that I wake up, it'll be my first day of work, and it doesn't feel real yet. I feel like growing up, whenever you have like first days of school and everything, it's like this huge event that you're just like leading up to in your mind for the longest time. You know, it's like, oh, 7 days, 5 days, 3 days, and it just doesn't quite feel like that. But I'm excited, I am ready. But today, yeah, it's the last day, unemployed. I am about to go work out. I just spent time planning my workouts for the next 2 weeks over in Notion. That way I know what this week consists of, but then also this upcoming weekend, like a week from now, I'll be gone. And so I want to give myself the best head start to kind of know what's going on for the next week too. I think with workouts, with having started to run, as you know, it has helped because it makes me see the purpose of my workouts more. So it's like when I'm doing strength training now, or when I'm stretching now, it's like, okay, cool, like doing strength training in this way is gonna help me run better, or like stretching in this way is gonna prevent injury from running, etc. So then it's like, even though I'm going and doing the same weight workouts that I would have used to do, it's a whole different mindset where it's not just like, maybe I'm getting through this, like why am I even doing this? Maybe it's to look good, maybe it's to feel good, but I don't feel good right now. And instead it's like, oh, okay, I can see how this will like help me in the short term even. So that's been kind of fun. But today I'm gonna do lower body. This upcoming week, just I guess a little spoiler, Monday and Wednesday I'm doing 30-minute runs, and then Saturday's long run is my first like 5K, like official long run 5K. I've run longer than that in the past couple of weeks, but that's what the long run distance is at. And that is going to complete phase 1 of my running training, going from 0 to 5K. So pretty exciting, but I'll talk more about that obviously like as it actually happens, because that's in the future. But then from then on, my runs are distance goals during the week, and I'll start doing full like easy run, speed run, long run type mashup. So I'm just excited for it. It is getting hotter and hotter in the old ATL, so tomorrow I'm gonna go for a morning run like before my first day of work, which is the first time that I'm going to have done that since maybe like 2014. So maybe I can think of one that I did in 2019. So much closer, so much more recent. But yeah, lower body today. When I get back, I'm gonna prep dinner because I have silent book club today from 5 to 7, which is kind of a weird time for prepping dinner. And I want, whenever I get home from silent book club, to be able to really prepare myself for the week. I'm gonna make like overnight protein oats just to have something like easy to grab in the morning. I'm gonna lay out my outfit for tomorrow. So I'll definitely pick up the camera before then, and then also while we're doing that. I feel so ready. I feel like that's what's hard about this, like, oh, preparing for a new job vlog, is that since I've had so much time to like lead up to now, I'm feeling just so ready. I'm just like, I want it to come. Your favourite moment at your wedding? You guys don't know, I'm a newlywed. How long are you a newlywed for? I don't know. It's gonna be difficult. I'm gonna choose 3. Getting ready, just that whole morning with my bridesmaids was so much fun. There was a couple of my awards, the photographer video, so they're like $10,000.
silent book club time. I hope you enjoyed my OTD because I was kind of feeling myself. Still am. I asked on my Instagram which book I should bring with me because I'm kind of like half started too, and it was between Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire Illustrated Edition or Stories from the Tenants Downstairs. And whenever I was leaving, which the poll was only up for like 25 minutes before I left, it was unanimous Stories from the Tenants Downstairs. So I picked that one. Silent book club's at a brewery tonight. They have an Atlanta local kombucha that they like sell by the can there too. So that's what I've gotten every time we've been at this brewery before. It is hot. It is hot. I also almost forgot about Silent Book Club, which, who is she? I don't know, but gonna have a fun time today. I know I've mentioned, I feel like already, even in this video, how the Atlanta community is just so like fun to me. But on the drive back here, there was a crosswalk in the middle of the road that was like where you have to stop for pedestrians, and there was two like maybe college aged guys that were standing on the edge. And so like I stopped, like I was driving the road and I stopped because you're supposed to whenever the pedestrians are there. And the guy looks at me and he like looks like terrified in his face, and he's like I think being like, can we walk? So I was like, you got it. So they start walking. Midway through, he's like I just feel like we had a lot of communication going on with our thumbs up, but they made it safely across the road. Silent book club was fun. I feel like it's always fun because it's like a mix of like people I already know and the new people, so it's just that nice mix. And now it is about 7:20, and so it's kind of gonna be grind time of having, I had like half a dinner before I left, and then I think I'm gonna have like the other half of my dinner now. Having half my dinner now. I already picked out my outfit that I'm going to wear to orientation tomorrow, but I'm going to lay out like my running clothes for the morning too, because I haven't run in the morning, as we know, so that's going to be out of habit. I'm going to try to remove every barrier that I possibly can for the morning. Going to lay out my running clothes, going to make overnight oats, going to make my lunch for tomorrow, like hopefully just get everything all set up to where tomorrow morning can just be seamless and I can go to orientation and just be all good. Ooh, maybe paint my nails, because as you can see, as you can see.